So we are back to international travel, and here we are at Birmingham International Airport taking our first international flight in well over a year. The first leg of the journey would take us from Birmingham International Airport to Dubai International Airport. Check-in for economy class in Emirates appeared to be quite busy today. I suspected the flight would be quite full today. After check-in, I proceeded through to security. Security itself wasn't actually that busy. As with any airport, after security you're funneled via the duty-free area.
So this is my first international trip, I think, since trying to think when was the last time I travelled now. It's well over a year. Although I have travelled kind of domestically, I've not actually been to any international destinations. So yeah, first flight back, first of the year. In fact, it's 2022 now, so today is the 2nd of January. So hopefully this is a sign of things to come. There are a few hurdles to get through. There's like test after test, forms after forms to fill in. Yeah, we got here. So currently we are at Birmingham Airport. So today we are on a 777-300ER. It's a 10-year-old aircraft. Might be a bit aged, but yeah, generally the Emirates do look after their aircraft, so it's well maintained. And obviously with the COVID pandemic, it should be thoroughly cleaned. I'm sure all airlines are into proper cleaning regimes now.
The gate used by Emirates is located at the end of the terminal pier. It has a double air bridge which was intended for the A380, which used to fly here pre-COVID. Being an afternoon departure, it was soon time to board. Boarding was relatively swift. I was glad to see that COVID-style uniforms from the previous year or so had been dispensed with, and normality was returning. After I sat down, I decided to check out the usual items. Legroom wasn't too bad for me. I'm 5'9". However, once you store a few items in the seat pocket, it can become a bit bulky. The tray table folds out first in half and then fully. You can also bring it towards you if necessary. The next thing I decided to explore was the main thing that would keep me occupied throughout this 7-hour flight. This is the in-flight entertainment. Emirates were one of the first airlines with their 777-300 to introduce cameras on their in-flight entertainment. Unlike the A380, however, this doesn't have a tail camera. Emirates, being an international airline, offers several languages. One of the cool features of the in-flight entertainment is this seat share. It allows you to watch a movie simultaneously with a neighbour. We lined up for takeoff on the 3-kilometre runway at Birmingham International Airport. Today's 7-hour flight will take us across Europe, over Turkey, and then down into United Arab Emirates. There is Wi-Fi on board. The basic page does show you details of your flight and does allow you to log into your Skywards account. Pricing is reasonable for Wi-Fi. It's $16.99 for unlimited usage, although this does exclude any streaming services or high bandwidth content. You can also opt in for 30 minutes of unlimited usage for $9.99 with the same restrictions. However, the best value for money, and I'd say useful service considering the bandwidth restrictions, is the $4.99 package, which allows you to use most of the popular messaging apps. This is what most people would probably want. I would recommend going for this and using the content on the in-flight entertainment for watching movies, etc. Emirates offers every passenger a wired headphones. These are used for the in-flight entertainment audio. I did find them to be a bit of an odd shape. They were square and didn't really sit well on the ears. I'm not sure who designed them, but they should really reconsider these designs. I decided to settle in and watch the latest Bond movie. However, one annoying thing seems to be that the movies seem to be preceded by 4 minutes of adverts. These are adverts essentially for Dubai and Emirates. That wasn't the end of it though. They then played a enforced ad across all screens across the entire aircraft, in both Arabic and English. During this time you couldn't do anything on the in-flight entertainment. The cabin, although spacious, is set up in a 3-4-3 configuration. This is one of the tighter configurations set up by any airline. About an hour after takeoff, it was soon time for the first meal. The menu offered a main meal of either chicken and rice or beef and vegetables. If you need vegetarian or vegan options, you'll need to pre-order these online via the Manage My Booking section of the Emirates website. I went for the chicken and rice. It also came with a salad for starter and a chocolate dessert. I did appreciate the fact that Emirates give proper metal cutlery. It helps to make the meal feel a bit more premium than some airlines. Other items included were crackers and cheese. There was also a loaf and some butter. After the meal service, lights were turned down as the sun set on the horizon.
Yeah, the flight so far, food was okay. A bit bland for a curry, so I had the chicken curry. All in all, it was bland. They could have made it more, I don't know, flavourful, a bit more punchier. Comfort-wise, the seats are actually okay. For some reason, I don't know if it's some kind of placebo effect or something, but for some reason it feels a lot more roomier now. I don't know if this is because there's a lot less people on the flight, so there's loads of rows and other seats are empty. So maybe it's just the overall effect that the load factor is quite light on this flight. Makes it feel much more roomier. Yeah, so far seat comfort was fine. Seats comfortable. Feels like more legroom than I previously experienced. So, a point about the toilets, they're actually a lot cleaner than you'd expect. I don't know if this is because of COVID or because there's not much people on board today, but yeah, it's clean. I mean, take a look. It's a lot cleaner than you'd otherwise find on typical flights.
On this 7-hour flight, they do provide a light snack, but it's not much, as you can see. Due to cost-cutting measures, Emirates no longer provide a second full meal on these flights. Before we landed in Dubai, I found a few videos showing how you can make the most of Dubai depending on how long you are there for. It's worthwhile taking notes of the destinations if staying in Dubai. We landed into Dubai just after midnight. The layover was to be about 3 hours. The next flight to Dhaka departure was at 4 AM. I did another video on exploring Dubai airport during a transit, so do check that out. The walk between gates can be quite far, so do wear comfortable footwear as you'll be walking some long distances.
This is the queue for my flight. Oh my god. No rush. I'll wait. Not like someone's going to take my seat.
In certain parts of the world, people often queue up long before they really need to. Once everyone was on board, we soon pushed back, ready for takeoff. Our flight today was 3.5 hours, taking us over southern Iran, Pakistan, northern India and finally into Bangladesh. Soon after takeoff, the first meal was served. I chose the omelette, which was quite disappointing, I must say. I'm glad I did eat at Dubai airport, so I wasn't really fussed about finishing it. I decided to sleep for the remainder of the journey. However, I was soon awakened by the sunrise out the window. It was soon time to land and cue another enforced viewing of an Emirates advert. Although this one was actually well put together and starred two famous people you might recognise. Our landing approach took us over the dense urban environment that is the city of Dhaka. After a smooth landing, we taxied to the gate without any delay.
Cabin crew prepare all doors and cross-check.
I landed in Dhaka and was immediately welcomed to the chaos that is Bangladesh. I say chaos lovingly though, as I do enjoy the hustle and bustle that greets me. So what did I make of this Emirates flight, having flown them dozens of times? Despite cutbacks such as snacks instead of a second meal on longer flights, no more hot towels, well at least on these two flights, their product remains somewhat consistent and actually good compared to their competition. Their in-flight entertainment is head and shoulders above any other I've come across. Their seat can be a bit tight for larger passengers, but personally I found them okay. One of the reasons I always end up flying them is because they usually offer the best price from point A to point B, with one stop being in Dubai. And Dubai airport isn't exactly the worst place to spend a few hours in. Overall, Emirates are a good airline. They could be better though in certain areas, but those aren't bad enough to put you off flying them. Hope you found this review of Emirates useful. If you have, give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful videos like this in the future.